I didn't realize until receiving my physical copy of NieR Automata's The End of YoRHa edition for Switch that it's been 5 years since I played it on PS4. That length of time between playthroughs ended up being perfect though, as it gave this fantastic game a new freshness, aside from its new home on the well-loved Switch system. Years later, NieR Automata's opening hour let me see many of the things that made it great through brand new eyes. Its combat system takes advantage of the whole controller, the use of angles, lighting, and music to make things epic, and the way everything that complements its story pulled me in, making a world that was easy to get lost in. And with all the endings to be discovered in it, its new home on Switch feels fitting to have this wonderful story be able to be experienced anywhere. Whether you loved it before and want to revisit it, or you're a Switch player ready to try it for the first time, the quality of this Switch port makes this great game in a new form easy to recommend, and still hits hard as one of the best games of a generation in a new form that you can get immersed in anywhere. To address the thing that many of you will want to know, let's first talk about how the End of YoRHa edition of NieR Automata runs on Switch. In my time playing in docked and handheld mode, I had absolutely no problems trying the Switch version of Automata, with most of its visuals for a game I haven't played in 5 years looking on par, if not the same as the one I remember playing on PS4, which I'm sure I'll do a side-by-side for in the video, but just from memory, I couldn't see a big difference. I maybe noticed at the beginning of my time with it some slightly less sharper textures when I took a really good look at the mech units on screen, but after that I never had that experience with anything else, with the camera angles and good lighting making everything look good between its most likely pre-rendered cutscenes. Everything flows seamlessly when switching in and out of battles and cutscenes that I was able to just enjoy my time with, and not really notice it running on a lesser hardware or at that lower frame rate that makes it easy to recommend this version for anyone looking to play it for the first time or to just play it again on Switch, and its smoothness has made me remember how dynamic this story was years later in this quality re-release of an already fantastic game. After finishing the 5 main routes of NieR Automata 5 years ago, while getting the extra endings was something I always considered doing, I never ended up getting around to it and instead had it remain in my memory as a game that I knew was fantastic. This opportunity to come back to it was very exciting for me for a few reasons though. I play games in a less rushed and more detailed way now, and while I'm not planning to play through the whole thing anytime soon, in the time I did play it meant feeling more relaxed, taking my time to enjoy my own rookie errors like getting lost and the amount of times I had to be auto-healing in battle. The slower pace meant I had the chance to really take it all in that makes me want to explore its dynamic world more, as I feel like with the way I play now, I could have an even better playthrough this time round. As for the quality of the game itself, it still really is up there as a great game. If I played it in full, I'm sure it would be up there with Xenoblade Chronicles 3 as one of my favorite things from this year, as just in its opening hours, I got completely immersed in it, so much so that I forgot to put my second headphone in for a good half hour while playing its opening sequence, as it really had my attention with the way it was switching from one gameplay style to another and having that gameplay needing me to use all parts of my controller. I was completely immersed in its world until its first load screen that made me realize it's still fantastic, and while there can be a tendency to look back at good games with rose-tinted glasses, NieR Automata held up so well today that I remembered why I loved it and was very happy that it was still as good as I remembered it and is something I would still like to spend more time with. No matter which version you play, it's still a must-play from this decade of games, and I hope this new version means that more will play it, as I'm glad I've been able to return to its world to remember the emotive, strange, and wonderful world that this Yoko Taro game introduced me to when I first played it. One of the biggest reasons I picked up NieR Automata on Switch was because I remembered it as a great game that was important to me at the time I played it, and the way it runs smoothly and with great visuals on Switch honors that memory that makes me glad to have added this to my Switch game collection. It tells a great story still too, with a dynamic between 2B and 9S at the beginning, bringing back the intrigue I had about them before Automata released 5 years ago, and the gap in time means I can look forward to playing this story again and enjoy its impact, which since I remember getting emotional with it a bunch of times in my first playthrough, I look forward to having happen again, which will likely happen whenever I decide to play it on public transport. If you're also looking to have a game you loved in portable form, or you want to experience NieR Automata for the first time, I love that the End of YoRHa version feels just like it should on Switch, and is a game I'm glad to have a chance to have talked about again, as it really should be experienced by as many people as possible. It's a game well deserving of a resurgence, and one that still feels quality today that I hope more people continue to enjoy as a new high-quality addition to Switch's library of JRPGs.
Thank
Thank you for watching this video. Let me know in the comments below if you're gonna pick up NieR Automata on Switch and if you've played it before. You can like and share this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to my channel for more JRPG content like this, and ring that bell to get notifications on whenever I post so you don't miss a thing. You can check out more videos here, and you can find me on social media on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, all at JRPG Jungle. Links to those will be in the description below, and until next time, thank you, bye!